Welcome to 25 Days of Empowerment. And we are here, we're coming together during this potent time from April 1st to April 25th. This is a time when there are so many opportunities to activate your self-love and resiliency. And this is also a time of deep empowerment and where we can activate our own genius and our true prosperity, to claim our true prosperity. So I'm Emiliana Patrick. You can find me at thepatrickpearl.com. I'm a breathwork facilitator. I'm an astrologer. You can book an appointment with me for acupuncture at the Student Clinic of Daoist Traditions on South French Broad, if you happen to be in Asheville, North Carolina. And this is Tiffany.
Hi, I'm Tiffany. I'm a self-love and feminine empowerment coach. And my role in this is I'm going to be offering self-love tips and tricks. And I want to be clear that yes, I am a feminine empowerment coach, but we all have masculine and feminine parts. So regardless of what parts you were born with, these tips, tricks, and clues and astrological influences impact you. And you can find me on Instagram at TigerLily.and.co. And are you ready to kick it off, Emiliana?
I am ready to kick it off. So
Um,
that's who we are. So why are we doing this? We're doing this because there are three influences right now that impact all of us on Earth. One are these eclipses. And I'm sure that if you are watching this, you're already experiencing the eclipses. Eclipse energy is living energy. It's living energy calling us out of denial. It's calling us to look at things that are hidden. And it's unstable energy because a lot of energy is leaving and a lot of energy is coming in. So that's the first influence we've got. The second influence we've got is a Mercury retrograde, which has a really bad name. And from my dabbling just in life and around, many people don't understand what it really is. And we're going to be activating the dream time. That's a part of Mercury retrograde, is moving from our conscious minds into our unconscious and welcoming a different part of our minds. That's, by the way, an underlying factor of why so many miscommunications happen and other things occur with Mercury retrograde, because honestly, we're not in our logical minds.
mm,
And the third thing, and this is really why, so I want you to imagine like the eclipse energy, the unstableness, the bringing out that which is hidden, plus the Mercury retrograde, moving into the dream time. This is like it was like a fish tank, that would be the water, right? This is the environment for a pretty major event that happens once every 14 years that activates our prosperity. In other words, we're going to be planning, we're going to be doing different activities to help you align with these living energies so that you can activate your natural prosperity, you can claim it. And also a part of this is living an authentic life, living your own genius. These two go hand in hand. There's more to it than that, but this is the gist. But it's kind of like, so anyway, that event happens in April after the eclipses in the middle of the retrograde. But kind of like a farmer, you don't just go out and say, oh, it's time to plant the seeds for my future prosperity, you know? You have to make sure that the soil's right and the water's right and there's enough sunlight and, you know, you've weeded and you've prepared. And that is what we're doing here. We are preparing to we're laying the foundation for this activation, which will then carry over for 14 years.
And that's where I come in. I will be giving you the on the ground tips and tricks to care for your body as your soul and your spirit moves through these transits. Mercury retrograde gets a very bad rap, and I would say rightfully so. As you're moving, it can be very confusing. And so what we're going to do is we're going to give you a plan. We're going to give you some tools to help you make the most of these energies and to help your healing journey and to help you manifest the abundance that's already there. You just need to know where to go to find it.
Yeah. I'm just being, this is me being authentic. We have this outline and I don't know where it went.
Yeah.
So I'm just finding it, just finding it
We don't
here.
need it. We don't need that.
I'm just wondering if there's anything else. So that's what we're doing. So our intentions, what is our deep intention as we start this? Number one is to recognize that we're dealing with living energies. We're going to use words like Mercury retrograde, but we're really going to be creating a space for you to feel in what it feels like to activate, to work with, to walk with this event. The other thing is, and this is ironic about this time, the energies right now are calling all of us to get real,
Mm,
to honor the good, the bad, the ugly, to be willing to look at our willingness. How willing are we to be uncomfortable? How willing are we to allow our minds to change? Notice I didn't say change our minds, to allow it to change. Because that only happens when we get more and new information. And also, there's a big piece of the energies happening here that's all about where we hurt and where we make ourselves wrong and where we wish something wasn't true.
mm,
So it's about acceptance and it's about forgiveness. And here's the interesting thing about it. It's not about holding it all together. It's not about being perfect. It's not about creating some sort of image that if I just do this, I'm going to be okay. In fact, that is the very energy that these weeks are meant to shatter.
mm,
And so as a result, there's a vulnerability and an honesty. And the bottom line is, you know, the more you're willing to say, I'm not willing. Screw that. I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. Get this. The more we say, this is my edge. This is what I'm working with. This is what I'm struggling with. This is where I'm in tears. This this is actually the basis that we activate our personal genius and our individuality more deeply, and we'll be able to claim our prosperity more fully.
mhm,
So it's working with this thing that it's the opposite of, I just have to do this right.
mm,
I just have to be perfect. I just have to be, I just have to put a smile on my face. Right? It's the opposite of that. And that's really what these days are about. It's about holding ourselves in, and this is our service that we're giving right now, is just being as real as I just lost the thing. It's this is the time we're in to say this is where it is, and it's messy.
mhm,
And as a result, our personal genius comes to us when we give ourselves permission to be deeply human.
mm,
And that's how we're going to till the soil through the wonderful, it's not just tips and tricks. It is tips and tricks, but there's a deeper wisdom here. There's a deeper wisdom that says when I am fully allowing my body to be what it is, when I'm fully allowing my thoughts to be what they are, I am then my own genius is able to show itself.
mm. We
And
have to clear the
Tiffany,
clutter. You have to
yeah,
clear the clutter of what society wants us to be, what your parents, your friends, all of these entities want of you. This time is a time to come to your center and say, no, this is what I really want. This is who I am. This is my authentic self. And I love me. And I love me. I'm here for me, and I'm here to live my truth. And so that might come with some rocky territory. You might have to sit and listen to some uncomfortable truths from others. But we are about living in your sovereignty, about empowering you to live your authentic self and to be the biggest, brightest version of you, because that's how you're going to then attract other people and other abundance, other things to you that are naturally meant for you. When you're sitting with things that are not authentic and not in line with where you are, they might have been in line with you 2 years ago, 5 years ago, but where are you now? And when you sit with those thought patterns, those people in those physical spaces that are no longer in alignment with you, your energy is sucked. It is drained. You feel tired because you're putting on a facade. So,
So that's what we're doing. We're
yep.
holding space for all of us with compassion, with forgiveness, and with the acknowledge that we're raw, that
Mhm.
that we're heading into a raw time. And that doesn't mean we need to show it to everybody. But my goodness, it's time to get real with ourselves.
Yeah.